Stick toolbox in the back there, and you'll see the tyres are actually held on with wooden wedges between the rims and the steel tyres. So, obviously, Aveling and Porter, on the other hand, built more rollers than all the other manufacturers put together. All Avelings have a horse on the front. If you catch me after the parade, I will tell you why. This one's been owned for many years by John Mack and family.
Next one here is a Burrell SCC agriculture engine called Sir Gordon. This one is 6 horsepower, built 1905. It was new to WG at Loxley in Surrey in 1905 and subsequently owned by the Lug family of Billinghurst in Sussex. It was bombed in the war and sat in Lug's yard until 2003 and then sold to John Bush of Cardiff. Michael Lug completed the renovation in 2016, but John said he never got to see it complete before he died. And purchased by its present owner in October 2018, it's never been rallied until 2019.
This is Garrett Tractor. It's here, it's in new ownership, and he's been out with a Brasso, looking very smart. To give this one a warm welcome. It's named That'll Do. It's another one that spent its working life in the northwest. If any of you are from Thetford, I'm sure it's a lovely place. And imagine spending that amount of years no further away from Thetford than that. It's a single cylinder engine, and interestingly, on the far side, you'll see as it comes around the ring, there's some angled pieces of metal hanging on the side of the boiler. You can see them hanging down. They're spuds or clips, and the idea is you can see the holes in the rear wheels. You pin them on if the ground's soft, and that allows you to get a grip and move about in the soft conditions.
Called Monarch. This one weighs 14 tons, 5 engines for export, and for unknown reasons this one was never sent. It's believed to have been kept on the province for general duties, including being hired out for work. It was road registered in 1921, and to comply with the new Road Traffic Act, the engine was purchased in 1934 by the well-known W.H. Barlow of Highley in Cheshire, and worked for them mainly on threshing duties until 1948. Next one here is Clayton and Shuttleworth GP engine. It's called Rambler. 7 horsepower, built 1919. Wilson Pearce of Manchester to Kerry Durham took delivery of this engine on the 3rd of March 1919. In 1924 it was sold on to the Manchester Farmers Mutual Benefit Society.
Hands of Ian and Daniel Snowden, followed by another one of our steam tractors. This is Mr. Rob Tyler with his Fowler, Mr. Blower, an engine that he purchased in scrap condition and thoroughly restored, and it's fitted with steel wheels as it would have been when new. So I'm just going to add the wider rear wheels than standard to allow for moving about on soft ground. Ransom's a day off. They built these rugged, simple traction engines that were particularly popular for export. They were sent to Russia and Ireland and all over the place. So this is one that spent its working life in it's not like owning a car that you jump in to go to the shops. They do become part of the family and are cared for accordingly. As I said, in most cases, the majority of these engines that you've been hearing worked in this country. This is one that was built for export. Again, it was built by Burrell, quite an early engine, this one, 1899. And it's a road engine, it's a sprung, it's got a bouncy spring on the front axle and a few other unique features to an export engine. Been restored by the owner, Mr. Mike Plum. He's steering today, and the son Steve is pulling the lever. Now, you know, a new full-size engine. And that's followed by the Alchin compound engine, owned by the Davenport family. It's state engine, this one, compound, so it uses the steam twice, greater efficiency. Nice set of rubber tyres on it, an engine that's not afraid of a bit of road work. Recently had some boiler work carried out to keep it in top pedal. That one is owned by Davenport.
It came to Billericay in the same year. And it was acquired by J.W.H. Key in 1960 and driven for many years by Chris Spinks, and owned by Strumpshaw Steam Museum, and today driven by Trevor Welch.
Museum's own workshops over the years, including being fitted with a new firebox and other things. It was constructed as a 3-speed thrashing engine, so it was as typical with Burrells, it was something of a bit, so it's got the big boiler of a road engine, but somebody put an order in for a thrashing engine and that's what it was finished as. It was Jimmy's vision to turn it into a representation of a showman's engine, to be the flagship of his collection here, and he's done a stunning job with it, even down to fitting the correct wheels and the correct sprung front end.
Princess Mary, this is a 4 horsepower, it's built 1915, it was new to John Craig of Romsey, And then in 1921, George Washington, son of Skipping Salisbury, Gloucestershire, who converted it to Sherman spec and named it Princess Mary. It's owned by Paul Dunford and driven by Jordan Dunford.
The same job as its big brother.
The Strumpshaw. We just let the last one and two remaining engines park up. Take them now. If anybody's got some young children's ears or not don't like loud noises, now would be the time to put your fingers in them. Just waiting for a nod to make sure we're all okay. Are we ready? Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. There's always got to be one last one. Okay, thank you very much, everybody.
Do you think if we rehearsed them for long enough we could get them to play a tune?
Where they're situated. And then coming up next in the arena, we've got some classic cars, motorcycles, and we're going to finish off with our speedway.
In various positions, so the engines are heavy, the driver's visibility is perhaps not as good as it is in a modern vehicle, so just be aware and look at. There'll be only two, please, tell you all about them. For many people, my great granddad drove an 8-horse Ruston, very similar to that engine, for Cooper Middlehurst, the great Chesterford, who, it has been said, drank his farm away, and let that be the second-hand engine, drum, baler and elevator cost £600. All the places that Nathan's been with his old engine in the many years, he's been rallying at. Followed by Mr. Hines. I always do the engines when they come in, I like to stand there and do them as they go out as well. Now, I see him and Naval, better rivals for the trophy. So there we are. And you know, some drivers look right at home on an engine, and I do think Adam looks probably more at home on that engine than anyone I've seen him on. So there we are, it's a lovely early Burrell, such as Alan's family started their involvement with in steam many, many years ago. So that's lovely to see. I see Queen Mary's taken his extension chimney down. He didn't fancy another go at the screen. I knew a man who had a showman's engine similar to that, but he cracked the chimney base. And I called in one day on this man, and he was putting the new chimney base on his engine. And I said, what happened to that? He said, well, I went under a tree hole and I cracked it. I said, oh, where'd you get your new one from then? Oh, well, I had a spare. I said, oh yeah, where'd you get that from then? Well, when I had one made, I thought I'd better have two made. He said that was in 1965. So there's a lot to be said for keeping a stock of spares. organiser is at the wheel. If you have any questions about the rally, do go and see Kate. She'll be happy to tell you. The later in the evening you approach to the better the answer you will receive.
Well, we could say that.
You'll see a few of these engines as they move up. You get a little puff of steam coming out down below the boiler at the front there. The cylinder is actually fitted, usually anyway, with some drain taps, some brass taps accumulated in the cylinder out. There, so you just open the drain and you can see a little bit of steam coming out down there in front of the belly tank. And people who do it a lot to make it look easy, but anyone can drive a compound to make it look easy.